Hi, how are you? And welcome back to my YouTube channel, Course by Sid. So today in this video we're going to work on script.js file, but before that uh, we need to make some changes to style.css file. So earlier we have written 1 and 5 over here, so this will be 10 and 50%, right? It is starting from 0, then 10%, 50% and 100%. And here in this keyframe, that is text back, here also this will be 0, 10%, 50% and 100%, right? This I am highlighting it over there. And one more thing, that instead of this background color, I like to give the color only, right? And then I'm going to save this. Here also I'll modify this, and here as well, and this last one. Now if I'll come back to my browser, so here you can see that it is coming nicely, right? Okay, now I'll come back to my script.js file now, and then here the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to write window dot add event listener, and then within this we'll write load, and then we'll write the arrow function, and here I'll write const location element, right? And this will be document dot get element by id, and here I'll write location, right? And let me check my index.html file. Yes, this id, right? Okay, so the next will be my icon, this id icon, and then after that we'll be using the description, then id temp, then unit, right? And let me check if there is anything else. Yes, this search button will be using, and this search input id, right? Now I'll going to write const, then icon element, and then I'll write document dot get element by id, and then I'll write icon, right? This id we have used in index.html file, and similarly I'll write const description element, and here I'll write document dot get element by id, and here I'll give description, right? This id we have used over there, and then we'll write const tmp element, and here also I'll write document dot get element by id, and then I'll write temp, which we have used in the index.html file, and then we'll write const unit element, and then after that I'll write document dot get element by id, and here I'll write unit, right? And then I'll write const search input, and then I'll write document dot get element by id, and here I'll write, let's say first I like to write search dash input, and then I'll write const search btn, and then I'll write document dot get element by id, and within the arguments I'll pass search btn, right? And then I'm going to save this. Now after that, at search btn I'll give one add event listener, so I'll be writing search btn dot add event listener, and within the function I'll give, first I'll write click, then comma, then I'll call one arrow function, and then within this arrow function I'll be writing const city is equal to search input dot value, like whatever value will be there, it is stored in const city, right? City variable, and then after that I'll give one if condition, that is city dot print, and this is not equal to space, right? And then I write get weather data, and here I will pass this city variable, right? And then I'm going to save this. Now after this, what we will going to do next, so first I like to close this. Okay, now I'll create this get weather data function, right? So just after this search btn I'll write function this get weather data, I like the city, right? And then I need to define one variable, here I write API key, right? For now I'm just keeping it empty, right? We're going to replace this with OpenWeather, but before that we'll be writing fetch, and this will be the, just a second, I'm just writing /https API dot open weather map dot org /data 2.5 weather, and this q equal to $, then I'll write city, and then after that this will, I'll use this instead of this. Now I'll use and and API ID and then I'll write API key. Right. Now after that I'll be using .then and then I'll write response dot JSON and then I'll write .then once again and here I'll write data, right, and then I'm going to write location element and to that text content and this will be equated to data name and then I'll write description element dot text content and this will be equated to data dot weather at 0th position in the array dot description and then we'll use the temp element dot text content is equal to math dot round and then data dot main dot temp minus 273.15 that is Kelvin and after that I like icon element dot src and here I'll write https then I'll write OpenWeather map.org / img image / w / and then $sign. Here I'll pass data dot weather at 0th position dot icon, right, dot png, right, this and at last I'll write dot catch to check if there is any error and here I'll write console dot log and here I'll write error fetching weather data error, right, whatever error will be there it will be printed in this console.log. Now write this and one inverted comma over here. Now let me see, some error is coming, so let's see why this is coming. So Okay, so we have found this error. So here you can see that this is our arrow function and we have only written b equal to. So we have to write this arrow function, we have to make this arrow function, and here you can see that, and now there is no error, right? So now we'll connect our API key. So for connecting our API key, we'll come back to our browser, right, and we'll search for openweathermap.org. Then we are going to click on this sign in button, and here if you haven't created your account, if you are not registered, you need to click here create an account, right? After filling the details, your account will be created after clicking it over here to create your account, right? Since I already have an account, so I'm going to click on this sign in button and I'll enter my email and password. And then I'm going to click on this submit button. So here you can see that this has signed in successfully, and then I'll come to this API key. I'll be clicking on this API key, and here you can see that here I have my API key. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply copy paste this API key, and I'll come back to my Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to replace this with my API key, right? And then I'm going to save this. Now I'll come back to my browser, and here I'll enter the city name. Let's say I'm typing Lucknow, right? So here you can see that it is giving the temperature for Lucknow. Let me check for Delhi. Here you can see that it is thunderstorm over there and the temperature is 30 degrees, right? Let me check for Goa also, and here you can see that the temperature at the Goa right now is showing for overcast clouds, right, and it is 25 degrees Celsius. Now I'll check for Paris. So here you can see that it is raining in Paris right now. It is showing as light rain and the temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. So in this video we have seen that we have created our weather application with the help of HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and now in the next video we're going to deploy this application on github.com. So thank you, that's all for this video. We'll hope to meet in the next video, and if you haven't subscribed my channel, so I request you to kindly please subscribe it so that you can get the latest update from this channel. Thank you, that's all.